Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm itchy.
Yeah, I shaved.
I don't care.
Yeah, everything. No,
Yeah.
I'm just...
I'm on chemo. I don't have everything
Oh,
to shave.
shoot. All right.
Okay, ready? All right, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Voodoo8ball! Come on, man. You're supposed to participate.
We're not taking our show seriously enough.
Voodoo8ball!
All right.
That's pathetic.
But he got you.
All right.
But he got you. What, do you want me to Matthew McConaughey it? All right.
All right, all right, all right.
Oh, shoot.
That was terrible.
But it's awesome. How are you?
I'm old and dying. It's terrible.
I appreciate you coming over here.
It was a lot of work.
I know.
Just to get out of bed.
We've been trying to do this for a long time. Oh yeah, the bed.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out of bed. I've got to push that heavy sheet off. Voodoo8ball!
Yes!
There we go.
All right.
Finally, 20 minutes in. All right, well, thanks for watching. That was the show.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Can I carry that upstairs for you?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to throw you a curveball.
Okay, I don't catch.
Okay, well, then it's going to hit you smack in the face.
My vision's gone. Is that you?
Yeah. What? I want you, and if you don't want to do this, you don't have to.
I want you to want me. That's a song.
Yeah, that is a song. That's Cheap Trick. I want you to give...
I've given at the office.
A brief synopsis.
Synopsis?
Of what you've been dealing with.
Summary.
Okay, yes. Summary. I want you to...
This week or...
Since it started. Okay, so...
Yeah,
from
right.
But you don't have to do... just... It could be Cliff Notes.
Well, I was born in 1971.
No, that's too far back.
Okay.
That's too far back. I want people to know that might not know what you've been going through.
Oh, well, I got, a decade of cancer, fighting cancer. And then the trick question here is, how many times have I been in the hospital since, or in the last 6 months?
Oh, well,
like 10.
Yeah.
Like 10.
Well, in the last, month.
Yeah, I was in
3 times, maybe?
I was in the hospital 2 weeks ago with 106 fever.
Yeah.
Which freaked everybody out.
Right.
Because you're not supposed to have that. Yeah. So, apparently.
But you did.
Yeah.
And you kicked its ass.
And I'm not dead.
No. And...
I'm hard to kill.
You are.
I'm like Steven Seagal.
You are, without the...
I had a ponytail.
You did.
But not anymore.
But people might not know, all the crap that you've gone through and just kicked its ass. You're amazing to me.
Well, I'm just, when you get sick, and I just happen to be able to come out on the other side of it every time, and it's getting harder and harder, so eventually I won't at some point.
Nah, you will.
But it's harder. It's harder to recover. I know since the fever,
right, I
am more fatigued than I've ever been. It's 106 fever, so you can cook with that. Yeah. And the nurse I had been up there for 30 years. He's never seen a fever at 106.
Right. So
I slept in a big, water-cooled mattress packed in ice, which was exciting. Freaked out my mom. Everybody, was weirded out. But, I lived through it. But I've had, kidney failure. My creatinine level is supposed to be below 1 or 1. My average is just above 2. That's my new normal. But my highest had been 15.
And that was
a couple of years ago. And then I went to 20 the end of last year. So record breaker, yeah!
Yeah, because I think that's when I came in and saw you.
That was one of the times I was trying to die. Yeah.
When your level was so high on that,
yeah.
and they were like,
yeah,
people don't go through that.
So when I went to the ER with the fever, the one ER doctor, and he's some foreign background, so I don't know if there's a lot of Lebanese doctors there. Right. But he goes, "You're a tough guy. You must be tough," because he's like reading my chart. He's like, "You're tough." Oh God. Let me use my weak arm. You're tough.
Oh.
So I got kudos from the ER doctor because I hadn't died from the last 50 things that had tried to off me. So whatever. All right, let's talk about records. Let's not. I'm done with me.
No. I went and saw you, I think it was right after Christmas, because you got the mandolin.
Right, which I still haven't had a chance to play.
You haven't played it. And every time we try to do a show, either my kid's sick, or I'm sick, or you're not feeling
my kids
good.
are sick, or my wife has something going on and I don't have a sitter. So.
But you've been going through a lot lately, so I wanted to surprise you with something.
Surprise.
Okay.
Is it a puppet?
No, I'm going to go back and change and pop out of a cake. Okay. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
What kind of cake is it?
Carrot.
I like carrot cake. I don't have the Jeopardy theme.
I even packaged it in Easter pastel colors.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is how I wrap. So, all right, my friend.
Well, you got me a bag of records when I was at the hospital.
I did get you a bag of records.
Capped off by another George Burns.
Yeah, well, because he's your favorite.
Which I ritualistically sacrificed to the gods of fire.
Not this last time that you were in the hospital.
Right.
Okay. The time before.
The 19 times before.
When you did get the mandolin.
Right.
Does the name Wade Hampton?
Yeah, I know Wade. Yeah.
Okay. I got a hold of Wade Hampton and pitched him a little idea that I had, and he kind of ran with it, and so this is a gift from Wade Hampton and myself.
Wow. Well, thank you, Wade, in advance. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I love it.
Oh, it's great.
This is awesome.
That's the best drawing I've ever seen.
Man, Wade, you really got out of here.
Oh, shoot.
That's funny. So, yeah, I know Wade. I've known Wade for, well, I mean, back in the Famous Dead Artist era when he was with that crew.
So we need to explain to people that might not know, Wade is...
He's a local
artist filmmaker, writer.
Yeah, cool film.
He does...
He's an interesting... He's a film nut. Likes movies. Likes horror movies. I think I sat with him at one of the film festival pieces that Leaf put on.
Right.
And we just sat there next to each other, super quiet. Didn't talk. I was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And just watched the show the whole time. So, but a couple of years ago, they did a benefit for me because we have just the bills are outrageous. Yeah. I get texts from all kinds of doctors' offices, sedation place, the anesthetic or anesthesia places.
Yeah.
And they're like $400 a text. Right. And I'll get like 10 of those.
I told you one time, I was like, I'm freaking out. I got a bill for Harrison's Tubes for $2,200. And Eric goes, I got a bill for $30,000.
At Christmas time. Yeah.
And so, yeah, we kind of need to fix, some of the healthcare shit.
My biggest bill was $120,000.
Yeah. 120 grand?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a fancy sports car that somebody's driving around.
That I don't get to have.
Yep.
Some bastard's got my car.
Shit.
All right, let's see what we got here.
All right.
I love this paper.
Well, I rap like an ordinary guy.
Is it wrapped in duct tape when I finally get into it? Or?
Yeah, I took Wade's print. I just I just wrapped it all in duct tape.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
That is super cool.
Yep.
I knew it would be a rabbit. I knew it would be a rabbit. Okay, so check this out. So this is Wade's thing is draw a bunny a day, which is really super cool. But it's got me DJing as a rabbit with a picture of myself on my shirt, which is something I would actually do. And then our Voodoo8ball logo and Daft Punk.
Okay, so
this is from Jeff's thing, right?
That's from Jeff.
Yeah. Dude, this is awesome.
So I had Wade on one message thread, and you were in the hospital still. This was the most recent time when you had the fever.
Right. And you were talking to Jeff and Wade?
No, I was talking to Wade on the thread, and Wade's like, well, what is Eric listening to now? And I'm like, shit, Eric listens to everything. I have no idea.
Yeah, damn.
And so I'm asking you, what are you playing now? And you're
is
like,
that what that trick question was?
Yeah, I'm trying to sucker you in.
Okay,
so I got Wade on one end, like waiting for my response, and then I got Eric, smart ass over here. Well, I just listen to everything and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, but what are you listening to currently?
So here was the text. It was something about Lori wanted to know if you knew what my favorite music was. I was like, what the hell is that? Because I do listen to everything. I have opera and old country and jazz and funk and but so like I was like, okay, well, the artists that I collect the most of would be like, U2, Beastie Boys, Daft Punk.
Right.
I've got huge collections of lots of different artists.
Right.
But I do have a ton of Daft Punk. They're one of my favorite groups. But it was really an odd question, and I was trying to come up with not a smart-ass answer. I was actually trying to answer it honestly because I have no idea. Like, what's your favorite? It's like,
and
does it? It's got a good beat, and I can dance to it. I mean, what do you say when you're this into music? I mean, there's a lot of guys that I've had this debate with, and nobody has a good answer.
And I could have been a butthead, and I could have had Wade put George Burns on there.
Oh my god!
And I should have.
No,
now that I think about it.
I see this. I can frame George Burns. I'd have had to Photoshop my own artwork on that one.
So hold that up again. I think
it's super cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. This is awesome. So I'm in the process of, and I say process of trying to redo my office / wife's office that she doesn't use anymore.
Right.
She said, you can have a listening room. And I was like, whatever. So here I'm trying to do this. So I've got on my phone right now, I have this IKEA shelf page that you can't see off to the side. I have those same shelves pulled up on my phone, ready to buy. So we were just talking about me going to Kansas City maybe next week and picking up these shelves.
Yeah.
And then, but I've got stuff to hang, like you do. Lisa got me some frames.
Right.
I bought the frames, and I told her they were going to be a gift from her for Christmas. Because I was out shopping, and they were on sale.
Right.
For like, I don't know, 3 for... I mean, normally they're like, what, $10 a piece?
Yeah, $10 a piece.
This was like 3 for like $12.
Right.
With like whatever discount Hobby Lobby had. Or no, it wasn't Hobby Lobby because they suck. But this was Michael's.
Yeah.
Because they just had this killer like frame sale. And I was like, oh. So I called her and I'm like, hey, buy me this for Christmas.
Right.
She's like, why? And I'm like, so I can hang stuff up, my albums up in the record
like
room.
your favorite stuff.
And she's like, okay, we didn't even wrap them. I just left. They're sitting in front of my dresser. So I've got 6 frames plus the 3 that I already own, which has the C.W. McCall that you got autographed,
right?
That I have, and I got a James Brown in there, and I'm not sure what's in the 3rd frame yet.
Okay,
it's laying there. So
when I'm was messaging Wade about this, I said, let me know what it'll cost me and everything. And he was like, nothing. If it makes Eric happy, I'll do it.
Oh, it's great. Wade, like I was saying, they did a fundraiser for me.
Right.
When I originally got sick, like in 2008. I mean, it's a decade ago. Wade donated a painting, and another friend of mine bought it, like bid up on the auction,
right,
and paid a ton of money for it.
Yeah.
and it helped it helped us out because I was out of work for so long.
Yeah.
It sucks, and then you don't work. You got a mortgage payment, a car payment, children, dinner.
Right.
I mean, you don't think about that stuff. So it's like, well, what am I going to buy today? Well, how about macaroni? That's what you get. So, but yeah, this is great. So
now,
Wade's a cool guy. I like Wade, and I like his musical taste. He does like random questions, much like Jed does.
Right.
Like, hey, if so and so had a restaurant, what would you eat there? Like,
yeah.
It's like it's these random things that him and Jed will put up. What's your favorite horror movie? And then you'll have like 1,000 people post.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating because some of the stuff you've never heard of.
Yeah, and then it makes you go back and do some research.
I'm like,
on it.
What are these things?
That's cool.
So yeah.
Now
very cool.
I do have the email for this, so you could, I could give that to you, and you could print it. If you want a cardboard cutout, buddy, you can get it.
Oh, okay. So he worked it up and then sent you this, and then you got this printed.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
No, that's super cool. That's so cool, man.
I know. I about shit.
That is great. I love me on the T-shirt. So now this will be the weird part of this is when I was in college, I had a ponytail it was below my belt. I just had a ton of hair, and I actually was a photography student because that was one of my hobbies, and I eventually became a commercial photographer. But I had taken a picture in a photo booth, right, and got the little strip,
right,
and it was this really cool shot of me with these glasses on, like sunglasses on. So I put it on a T-shirt and I wore it around. Everybody's like, "Wow, is that Alice in Chains? Wow, is that you too?" What, they thought it was a band shirt. And I go, "No, it's me." And they're like, "Who wears a shirt with their own picture on it?" And I go, "Well, I do." And they're like, "You would." I mean, and I was the only one that was getting away with it. So this is like a flashback to like 30 years ago of me goofing around with a picture of myself on my T-shirt. Actually, this picture of me, I want to take and make stickers of, and just walk around to like mailboxes and dumpsters down in Old Town and just put my face on stuff.
Well, yeah, that's self-promotion.
Kind of urban sabotage.
Oh, that's great.
No, that's really awesome, man. That's really cool. That record player is way cooler than the one I have. So.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, that's great. And here I brought stuff to talk about, and you're giving me a sparkly little gift.
I know.
I didn't get you anything.
It doesn't matter.
You can
Your gift of friendship is enough.
You can have this paper.
I don't want it.
Thanks. No, this is super cool.
No, seriously, you're like the older brother I never had.
I'm not that old.
Well, a little bit older.
How old am I? How old are you?
43.
Well, I'm 46.
Yeah, so you're like the
I'm
slightly
I'm
older,
like three years old.
more handsome brother.
Yeah, hairier,
so
sicker.
But
I brought cool stuff.
Oh, well.
To talk about.
Well, okay. Well, let's talk. I mean, I just want to say that the reason I consider him to be so much like the older brother, slightly older brother, that I never had, is because we have such similar interest. And he was the first one, in all honesty. I used to post records on Facebook in 2008. People would be like, "Well, you posting records. What are you going to put next? VHS tapes?
8-tracks.
And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with the records? I mean, and now it's come full circle. But he's kind of always been in that same area. And the two of us have many mutual friends that are in the same deal.
Yeah.
But Facebook kind of brought us all. I mean, there's people out there that have been collecting and listening to records forever.
For the same,
Yeah.
their whole life.
Yeah, and so, I posted some Fat Boys records, and I was Facebook friends with his wife, Lisa. I went to high school with her, and she reminded him of how I passed out in science class one time.
Yes.
And that's how I met him, and then this whole circle is like, we're texting back and forth about what we find, we're hiding stuff that maybe we don't want the other one to know about, and
sucks. You bought it first.
But he was the first one that kind of was like, hey, here's another guy that's kind of quirky and into the same stuff that I am.
Yeah, we had the same kind of sense of humor.
Yeah.
Same taste.
Which is no humor, basically.
Same taste in like old school 80s stuff.
Right.
Plus a million other things. And, I mean, it just seemed like a natural connection.
Yeah.
Because we like the same stuff.
And so that's why at Hensei, you are basically the slightly a few months older brother than I had, which is really a few years.
All right.
All right. What's in the box?
What's in the box? Okay.
Thanks, Wade.
Yes. Okay, so talking about stuff to hang on my wall. I got a guy that I work with that went to the
plastic.
He went to the Comic-Con in Kansas City, and if you're on my Instagram or Facebook, you've seen this snapshot. But so my buddy John that I work with, he's our AP guy at work. He goes to the Comic-Con in Kansas City. Alice Cooper's there. He gets me an autographed, to Erick, spelled correctly, autographed picture from Alice Cooper.
How awesome is that?
And I'm like, dude,
yes,
that's super cool.
That is awesome.
So then there's another gal that works with me that she couldn't go to the Comic-Con, and she's a huge Alice Cooper fan. So I'd taken this, and we're friends on like Instagram. So I tagged her, and I was like, "Hey, look what I got!" And she's like, "You suck," you know. And she's got a great sense of humor,
right?
Megan, she's awesome, but she's like, "No, that's super cool." But she's already got like, ton of autograph
that's
pictures.
awesome.
So I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna hang in the music room." So that will go with the original awesome Wade Hampton.
That is cool
Picture. So yeah, I got this sweet ass,
very cool
Alice Cooper picture, which I was like totally stoked about.
That's cool.
So yeah, and then
18.
Oh yeah, 2018, and then the song 18.
Yep. And then I thought maybe Voodoo8ball.
Oh, that would work.
Yeah, why not? Thanks,
Voodoo 18.
So, okay.
Okay, so the warehouse.
Yes.
The boys were on spring break. I go in there in between hospital visits, and we went through the records, and then I turned around and they had like 6 or 7 boxes of CDs. It's printer paper boxes. So
right.
I don't know. There's like 100 CDs in each box.
Yep.
So I go to the warehouse manager and I'm like, "Hey, can I get into those?" And she goes, "Yeah," and gives me a box knife. And I said, "Well, I'll tape them up when I'm done." And she's like, "Don't worry about it. They're just going to throw them on a truck and drag them to the store."
Right.
I'm like, "Okay." So I go through there and I'm pulling out like this whole series of Ralph Emery country roads.
Oh yeah.
Classic country stuff, which they're a weird mix of like old and older country. So it's kind of fun to listen to because you don't know what's going to happen. There's Hank Sr., and then there'll be like, Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah.
With Jolene, and then there'll be like Ernest Tubb and, stuff I've never heard of. And there's that song, Rub It In, Rub It In. The hell are they thinking with that damn thing? Anyway, put some on my shoulder. It was terrifying to listen to. So anyway, I'm digging through all this stuff, and I'm just pulling out like, the greatest hits and anything that's in good shape.
Yeah.
And I find 3 CDs in long boxes, sealed. So long boxes, if you don't know, these are what CDs used to come in, and then they would be in the old record bins, and you would flip.
Yep.
Because roughly they're the same size as an LP, right? You can see where they fit with the box. So, but the band is Private Parts. Do you know Private Parts?
Well, the name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Okay, so Private Parts was a local band in like '86.
Was Phil Burris? No.
It doesn't ring a bell. He might have been in there, but I don't think so. Okay, so Private Parts. I find 3 of them in long boxes, sealed, right? This is all in plastic. And it's like made in Germany, West Germany. This is like, old school CD press.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's a local band. You won't find these in long boxes sealed ever again. So I bought all 3.
Right.
And put them in my stuff. So I get home and I was like, I'm going to look up Private Parts. Because I don't remember ever seeing them. But I remember hearing the name constantly as a kid because they were opening bands for people. They played at local clubs and they were on the radio, promos like, oh, tonight playing at whatever club, it's Private Parts and they're going to be playing with so-and-so this weekend. And so you would hear the name. So here's their CD. I get to looking it up. The lead guy, or the main guy in this group, he's local, so he's not from Wichita, he's like from Manhattan.
Okay. But
he lived here. Goes to LA in the 80s, hangs out with some Zappa people, gets some people to record some stuff, joins Bob Seger's touring band.
Okay.
Right? Spends a year on tour with Bob Seger in the Silver Bullet Band. Then he joins Chicago, the band, for a decade.
Oh.
And plays with them.
Right.
So this is the dude.
It's Dwayne Bailey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I managed a music store, there was a little girl that came in. She was in high school. And for some reason we were talking. And she goes, well, my dad is in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? I mean, you know, you're like skeptical.
Right.
That that's reality. But
yeah,
apparently that could have been true because he's local, you know, had a local connection. So Private Parts,
very cool.
Mr. Bailey, you know, has done some stuff with his life. So okay.
Yes.
Then I got this it's a Boy Scouts of America, but it's a cardboard record with the plastic sheen on it.
Right.
And it's got 2 tracks on here. One is Follow the Rugged Road, which is for the boys. The other one is On My Honor, which is for the ceremony adults. But it's a little Boy Scouts of America
That's really cool.
record. Yeah, so I was kind of stoked about that. And then here's a couple other CDs I yanked out of that file. So Tangerine Dream, which I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah.
It's Canyon Dreams. I haven't listened to it yet, but I mean, how can you really go wrong with them? Dueling Banjos, the soundtrack from Deliverance. You sure do got a pretty mouth. And then Grain and Demise, which is a local project by Kurt Rundstrom, who passed away like a decade ago, also of cancer. This is one of his pieces, and I found this CD case many times, but the disc is gone, or it's like shredded. So this is like the first one that actually had the whole
that's cool
thing together, and I was like, wow, I felt like I had a trophy because
very cool.
It's never in there.
Yeah.
Like someone steals it out of the thrift shop.
I like that.
And then here's the rest of the vinyl. So Foreigner Head Games.
Yep.
Still in the plastic wrap.
Yep.
It's open, but I mean it's got Dirty White Boy Head Games. I mean that's a pretty sweet deal. Let's move our awesome Wade picture over here. So this is for Carmody. He's been throwing this stuff up on the Argo label. So literally, he's posted like a couple weeks ago, and I was digging at the warehouse, and this Ahmad Jamal stuff was sitting on top of another barrel of stuff. Right. And I was like, oh, and they're all in decent shape. So,
Pluck.
Yeah, there's the Happy Moods. Yep. This one is just self-titled, Ahmad Jamal.
Yeah, Michael's been posting a lot of stuff.
And it's just jazzy.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff. And every once in a while, he'll post something, and I'll go,
Jamal at the Penthouse. Sorry.
That's cool. No, that's cool. I like that shot. And I'll go, I have that. And he posted a compilation album, I think yesterday or the day before, and I was like, I have that album. So it's just kind of, it's one of those things that's like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
somebody else is digging on the same stuff
that you have
or digging on.
Well, and like if I go to, if I go to a club and I listen to all kinds of stuff, but I like be out at a dance club and I'll hear a song I've only heard at my house.
Right.
Which makes me appreciate the DJ.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I play that all the time, but I've never heard it outside of my own home.
And we were talking to Jed about that when Jed was over, about how we hear stuff on Strange Currency and we have to like flip through our collections, and if we have it, we're like, yes. And if we don't, we have to find it.
And I'm sending him messages on Facebook going, man, that's really cool. Thanks for playing it.
I Shazammed all that.
So here's one. It's jazz flute. It's
very cool.
Bobby Humphrey, which I'm sure Michael will like as well because he likes that.
That's got the high gloss on it kind of too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Martin Ball and his Fabulous Furniture. Comedy record. You just don't find this stuff.
No, and you had, when we did the show in October,
I had some others.
You had another Martin Ball, and he was like in a baseball uniform.
Yep, on a baseball field. So
that's pretty cool. I like that.
And it's really funny because if you look at the neighborhood, I believe that is the back lot of Universal Studios.
Probably.
And I want to say that this is the Munsters house.
Oh,
right here.
How cool would that be? Yeah.
And I believe that's the back lot.
That's cool.
I
like that.
Universal Studios. So here is Mercy Mercy by the Buddy Rich Big Band.
Buddy Rich.
Yeah, I've never seen his stuff.
Yeah, And now is that on Verve?
It's a big gatefold. No, it's on. It's at Caesar Palace, by the way.
I don't know that.
WPJ, World Pacific Jazz. I don't know.
Wow.
Don't know anything about it, but it's clean.
No, that's awesome. Yeah.
So,
I have a couple of his albums, and they're both on the Verve label.
Really? Yeah. So this must be later.
Yeah, and he was kind of known. Not only was he freaking amazing, but he was also kind of like cocky, I guess, a little bit arrogant. You know?
Really?
Oh yeah, and he came off, in his earlier interviews, like on Mike Douglas and all that, but for good reason, because he was freaking amazing.
Rich, yeah. I mean, that's the drum guy.
That's really cool. I've never seen that.
So here's one that's...
He almost looks like Gilbert Gottfried there.
He does. It's kind of scary. The original soundtrack to Once Upon a Time in the West.
Okay.
Which, if you're a Portishead fan, I believe this was sampled in some of their trip-hop stuff.
Really cool.
But it's interesting to listen to. It's, it's good.
I like that.
Good music. I mean, you
on
can't
RCA Victor.
And then, I don't know this one, but my son was playing... trombone, so I was like, hey, we'll try it. It's Blue Trombone by J.J. Johnson.
Really cool.
JJJ.
JJJ.
So yeah, I want to give that a listen, but I haven't had a chance to even mess with them. I listened to that Bobby Humphreys, and I listened to the Once Upon a Time on the West, and that was it so far.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Very cool.
Very, very nice.
And those are all warehouse finds?
Those are all warehouse finds.
Very cool.
I haven't, I think the last couple pieces I found at the thrift shops were, I got 2 Zappas.
Yeah.
Or not 2 Zappas. Lou Reed's.
Oh, yeah.
Out in Derby.
Oh, at Goodwill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just happened to, they're okay shape, but
right.
since I've never seen them before, I went ahead and picked them up.
Yeah.
Just so I could listen to them because, it's cheap. I mean, they're what, 50 cents?
Yeah.
So you kind of just don't want to give that up, but.
Yep.
Yeah, so... All right. Well,
I don't have any records today.
Hey, it's all right. We got the killer artwork.
That's right.
It's super cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, Wade.
Yeah, and thanks to Wade. Wade was amazing. He was like, well, "What's he listening to?" And I'm like, "Shit, everything," And so, like I said, you're in the hospital, and I'm texting you, trying to trick you, and I literally send Wade a text back, going, "I'm trying to fool him in answering this question," and then
which I made complicated.
And so there you go.
Well, thanks for tuning into another, video vlog episode of Voodoo8ball.
That's right.
That's like 12.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it 12?
It is 12. Or 11. This could actually be 11.
I don't know.
Because I did a pre-11 at Christmas.
I can't.
But who cares?
Yeah.
We're not even counting anymore.
No, we don't.
So, but it's Voodoo8ball, best and worst and the least listened to.
Right.
I'm Eric. This is Aaron.
I'm Aaron.
And we're in Who Heaven, his basement. And hopefully we'll get to do some more of these before I have, I got another surgery coming up. So more hospital time. Yay!
You'll be fine. Toughest son of a bitch I've ever met. And when I say son of a bitch, it's no disrespect to his mother, because she's awesome too.
Yeah, she's doing all right. So cool. Well, thanks for watching, and thanks for the picture, man. That's really cool.
I love you, bro.
Thank you. I love you too. Appreciate it.
All right.
Woohoo! Voodoo8ball!
Yes!
Bye.